I wasn't starting because I was scared to see what my starting point was. I am the weakest I have ever been in my life. You might be thinking, Jess, that is so dramatic. You are for sure exaggerating. But truly, I am not. I did sports all of my childhood. I stayed relatively active throughout all of my 20s, most of my 20s. For the last year and a half, I have been the least active I have ever been. I recently turned 30. I am well aware of the importance of staying active and of developing and maintaining muscle mass, especially as we age. That being said, I have chosen to remain willfully ignorant, blissfully unaware of how bad things have really gotten when it comes to my strength and how weak I've really gotten. That needs to change. So today we're going to find out how bad things really are. In my 40 before 40 video, I outlined 5 strength goals that I'd like to accomplish over the next decade. 10 pull-ups in a row, 5 pistol squats on each leg, a 1-minute handstand, 40 push-ups in a row, and maybe the most outlandish one, do a backflip. It's not that outlandish. If you want to hear more about that, you can watch my 40 before 40 video. I obviously can't do any of these right now, which is why they are goals. So I've devised a strength test to see where I currently stand. Let's get started. Exercise number 1, handstand. I'm gonna do my handstand over here on the hard floor as opposed to the carpet. I prefer to do it on a less squishy surface. I find it's easier to maintain your balance when the ground isn't moving as much. I'm not getting on top of myself. As you can see, I can do a handstand. I just can't really hold it for very long. We're gonna see how long we can hold it for without walking. Probably also should have stretched my wrists out before. That was pretty good. Nowhere near a minute, but I feel like we've got a good picture of where I am. I'm gonna do one more just because like handstands are so much fun. Moving on. Exercise number 2, pull up. That was like half a pull-up. While we're here, we may as well try a few different exercises. I can do one chin up. I don't know how well you could tell from your angle. Trying to do toes to bar. My toes were maybe like this far, probably farther, really. Very far from the bar. One dip negative, not a full dip, just a dip negative. Okay, let's get away from the pull-up bar. It's much too mean to me. Exercise number 3, push-ups. Oh, I really thought I was gonna keep going for longer. I don't know if that was like a true to failure. It was really weird. I did 12 push-ups and then I went down for the 13th. I like to try to like touch my chest to the ground because I have a chest, you know what I mean? But as soon as I hit the ground, I just like, my body just relaxed. It was like, nope. So I think I could have probably pushed harder on that one, but I think that's a fair example of where I am. Exercise number 4, pistol squat. I had surgery on this knee, so I don't really like to push things too far. So that was like half a negative on my right leg, a full negative on the left. I think we need another test for like our lower body strength. So I'm gonna do squat jumps and just go to failure. Oh, would we call that the failure? Dang it. I feel like I keep giving up before I should. It's been so long since I've worked out that I like forget how to work out. Don't even know how to do things to failure anymore. That was 16. I'm gonna catch my breath a little bit and then move on to the next exercise. Exercise number 5, V-ups. I'm including this core exercise because in order to do a standing back tuck, in order to tumble in general, a strong core is very much necessary. So we're gonna work on it. In general, for life, having a strong core is very helpful. That was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely about where I thought I would be. Oh, casual yarn on the couch. That was about where I thought I would be. For me, that really wasn't good. That was pretty bad. I definitely do not want anyone to think that if this is where you are in your strength journey, that in any way I'm saying you're weak, or it's not good enough. And if you aren't even where I am with your strength, this is in no way an opinion or a judgment on you. I think it's incredibly personal. Health, fitness, strength, exercising, like, it's also relative. And when your whole childhood you had to do essentially these exercises and were able to do, in some instances, you know, like 30 times more than what I did right now. For some of these exercises, it's pretty much 30 times 30 times stronger at them when I was younger. I'm not even saying that that's where I want to be now. Like, I definitely know that I'm not always going to be a 14-year-old athlete. I do want to stay strong. I do want to stay capable. I know that I haven't been putting in the work to achieve those things. So this is what that's about. It's just kind of a little check-in. I'm no longer allowed to stay blissfully ignorant when it comes to my health and my well-being. And I'm excited to work towards achieving these goals. To summarize, we did a handstand. We did a few handstands, and I'll put on the screen how long the longest one was. We did half a pull-up, so we're 5%, right? Is my math correct? 5% of the way towards our goal when it comes to that. We did a couple bonus exercises. So I did one chin up. I can do a chin up, so that makes me feel like I deserve a pat on the back. I did one dip negative, like half a toes to bar, and then I did a pike hold for this many seconds. Exercise number 3, we did push-ups. I did 12 push-ups. My goal is to get to 40 push-ups in a row. So let's see, what percentage of the way are we there? 30% of the way there. So that's pretty cool. Exercise number 4 was pistol squats. On my left side, I did like one negative. So I made my way down, but couldn't make my way back up. On the right side, I did like half a negative. So we have a long way to go with those. Because I couldn't do those, I decided that squat jumps would be a good like lower body strength test. So I did 16 total squat jumps. Exercise 5, I did V-ups, and I forgot to write down how many I did, but I believe it was 14. Those are our starting points. I'm glad I finally did this. For a really long time, I have been wanting to get back into just taking care of my body, but this part was what I was scared of. Like, I wasn't starting because I was scared to see what my starting point was. Now that I've kind of jumped over this hurdle of like, yeah, Jess, things aren't great. You're weaker, genuinely weaker than you've ever been before. But you know that it's not impossible to do the exercises you want to do, or, well, some of them, yeah, some of those exercises I just wasn't able to do. But this showed me that like I definitely can work my way up to it. I don't need to be scared of the process. If I put the work in, we can only go up from here. So let me know if you want to see an update in like a month or 6 months or whatever the case may be, and I'd be happy to show you. Actually, you know what? I should film a progress video, because that will keep me accountable and make sure that I actually work towards these goals, which I do need to accomplish in this decade. So, and it's not even about the goals. It's about taking care of my body, staying strong and capable as I age. That's what the true goal, the true motivation is. I'm excited to get back into moving my body, doing things that I love, and taking care of myself. Okay, I'm gonna go. Wow, I just like tricked myself into working out. How cool. I should do more, but this was like a first good intro back into exercising. So we're gonna call it a day. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.